Welcome to the Business English Podcast, the best place for non-native professionals to learn how to communicate clearly and confidently. My name is Tanya Suarez, and in each episode, you're going to learn specific skills to develop your corporate communication, American pronunciation, and career strategy in order to build the life you deserve. Let's jump right in to part 1. In today's episode, we're going to talk about a topic that is not ideal, but it is common. Dealing with difficult and disrespectful colleagues can be quite uncomfortable, but having to deal with them in a different language, so much worse. Unfortunately, when you're in the moment feeling angry and frustrated, it can be extra challenging to come up with the right words in English to convey your frustration and deal with the situation calmly and professionally. Number 1 is write down your triggers. When you confront someone, especially for the first time, it's not effective to bring up all of the things that they do that bother you. It can come across as petty and unprofessional. Instead, focus on the main issue and address it directly. That being said, it's important to acknowledge your feelings so that you can think clearly. Take a moment to identify all the reasons this person triggers you, which means what upsets you about them, why they upset you, and how they make you feel, and write it down or say it out loud. Now, if you write it down, make sure you don't put their name on it and you throw it away. By doing this, you allow yourself to get all of the toxic emotions from past interactions out of your brain, and you clear your mind so you can deal with the current situation more effectively. Number 2, plan your timing and approach. Most people are predictably problematic. The good news is that means you can plan and prepare. Remember that this person may be in your professional life for many years. You deserve to be respected and not feel like your workplace is a toxic environment. Think about what will be the best way to deal with this person. Should you email them and CC the HR department? Would it be better to schedule a meeting and then follow up with an email? Should you call out the behavior if it happens in a meeting or in front of other people? Number 3, script your response. If you're going to email the person about it, write a draft now. Then take time to look up email templates or phrases that you can use to address the issue in the most professional way possible, especially if it's in writing. Keep in mind that your email can be forwarded or printed, so don't write anything you wouldn't want your boss to see. If you're going to confront the person verbally, script out what you want to say and practice saying it out loud several times. I recommend practicing in front of a mirror so that you can make sure your body language is confident, shoulders back, and that your tone and facial expressions match your message. Tip number 4, visualize the confrontation. Imagine being in front of this person and visualize them being rude or disrespectful to you. This should trigger the physical and emotional response that you've felt in real life. Practice saying your scripted response as you're feeling this. It's a lot more challenging to articulate your thoughts in English when you feel angry or frustrated. That's why it's important to train yourself to practice speaking calmly and clearly when your body is nervous or in fight or flight mode. And tip number 5, be direct and respectful. Using vague wording or being passive-aggressive is not the most effective approach. Be clear and direct, but also be professional and empathetic. The best response really depends on a lot of factors: your position in relation to the other person, the severity of the situation, and the acceptable corporate culture. Use the tone and language that suits your situation, but remember that confidence goes a long way. That's why practicing what you're going to say and how you're going to say it, using intonation and body language, doing this ahead of time will help you respond more confidently and earn more respect from your peers. You got this. Keep in mind that this is probably not going to be a one-time thing. Setting boundaries usually requires consistently standing up for yourself and clearly expressing your limits every time the behavior presents itself. And I understand this is not easy to do, but with preparation, practice, and patience, you can do it. A great way to get more English speaking practice is to start your own podcast. Spotify for Podcasters makes it so easy to record, edit, and distribute your podcast right from your phone or computer. So, no matter what your setup is like, or how much experience you have or don't have, you can start creating today. Not only is it simple, it's totally free. I decided to start my podcast with Spotify, and it's helped me reach hundreds of thousands of people. So download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started. For more business English resources like articles, videos, courses, and one-to-one coaching with me, head over to tanyasuarez.com.